All right, let's talk about what a perpendicular bisector is in a triangle. We already know what a perpendicular bisector is. It has two jobs. One, it's perpendicular, meaning it's going to form 90 degrees, and it bisects, means cutting a segment in half when it's a perpendicular bisector. So you know perpendicular bisector, but watch what it means in a triangle. So if a point lies on the perpendicular bisector of a segment, then it is equidistant from the endpoints of the segment. So watch what this means. CD is perpendicular to AB, that's how I get the markings, and AD, and because it's bisecting, it makes AD congruent to AB. But now what this allows me to say, it is equidistant from the endpoints of a segment. So now I can say that AC is congruent to CB. That's going to be big in proofs. It's now going to allow me to say that AC is congruent to CB, okay? Because they are equidistant from the endpoints of a segment. And then I can look at the converse of that. I can see that, oh, well look, if AC is congruent to CB and CD is perpendicular to AB, then I can say AD is congruent to DB. So remember your if-then statements, and the converse of that is switching it. So that's what it looks like in a triangle. Let's take a look at what it means algebraically when you solve with perpendicular bisectors. So let me scroll up. All right, let's look at okay, so let's take a look at number one. So if I want to find the value of x, I know that we have a perpendicular bisector because it's perpendicular and it bisects. So that means that these guys are going to be congruent to each other. So I know 7x plus 24 equals 13x minus 48. And again, you guys know how to solve. Variable terms on one side, constant term on the other side, separate. So I know that I have 6x equals, that's going to be 48. And I get 72. So when I divide both sides by 72, I get x equals 12. And make sure you're answering the question. So x equals 12. Okay? All right. Now, if I look at number 3, it's asking me to find RS. So I know that I have a perpendicular bisector. It's perpendicular and it cuts this guy in half. So now I can make the statement that 7x minus 22 is equal to 4x plus 5. And now you guys know how to solve. So variable terms on the left, so I subtract 4x. I get 3x is going to equal 27, and x is equal to 9. But it's asking me to find RS. So if x equals 9, I have to go back and plug it in. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 plus 5. RS is going to equal 41. Okay, so that's how it looks like algebraically. Let's do number 5. We'll do the odd ones together. Now I'm looking at the converse of that. Now it's telling me that these guys are equidistant, and that's perpendicular. So now I can say the same thing, that 5x minus 11 is equal to 3x plus 17. And when you solve for x, you get 2x equals 28. And then x equals 14, yeah, that's right, x equals 14, but it's not asking me to find out my value of x, it's asking me to find the value of AB. So if I find it here, 3 times 14, so 14 times 3 is going to be 42, 42 plus 17 is 59, but it's twice of those, it's 59 and 59, which is 118. So AB is going to equal 118. Okay? All right. That is all for perpendicular bisectors. Again, if you have questions, I encourage you to come and see me.